What's going on, guys? This is my review of WrestleMania 40 Night 2. Long overdue, but it's still fresh in people's minds of WrestleMania 40. So, the show begins with the return of Stephanie McMahon. We haven't seen Stephanie on WWE programming for a long time. She kind of like stepped down from her role last year. You thought that she is done with WWE and wrestling altogether, because the stuff with her dad, came back to the company last year after he got ousted from the company the previous year, and now times change. Vince is no longer with the company. It's good to see Stephanie back. To open night 2. It's funny, like Triple H opened night 1. And now Stephanie opened night 2, I think she said this is the Triple H era. I don't want to get into this whole era thing for this video. It's just what it is. So it's good to see. Stephanie appeared on WWE programming for a long time. What's the last time she appeared on WWE programming? It's a very long time. Like before, she stepped down last year. I think she was working behind the scenes. But she came back as a babyface, it's good to see her, Anyway, so the first match to kick off WrestleMania 40 Night 2, this is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth frickin' Rollins taking on Drew McIntyre. This was good. It was a fun match, fun opener to kick off Mania 40 Night 2. Drew, in the opening seconds of the match, hit Rollins with the Claymore, and you thought he's gonna pin him, but Rollins kicked out. I think it's like shades of when Sheamus, everyone knows, like, if you don't know, Sheamus and Drew are best friends, seeing like Sheamus, beating Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds at WrestleMania 28, 12 years ago. You thought, like, 12 years later, thought Drew's doing the same thing to Rollins, but instead, Rollins kicked out of the Claymore. Was it the Claymore kick? I would just call it just the Claymores. But Rollins kicked out of the Claymore. I think Drew kicked out of the curse stomp twice, if my memory served. He was attacking the leg and the back. You could tell, like, Seth is so banged up, because he had that awesome tag team match the previous night, teaming up with Cody against the Bloodline, The Rock, and Roman. You had Drew working on the leg and the back area of Seth Rollins. You had Rollins hit Drew with the pedigree onto the pavement, and he was selling the leg. There's no ring apron; it was done on the concrete floor, and that's like, holy shit. God, that's badass, man. I'm not a big fan of Rollins, doing the pedigree. The reason why he did that because a couple of years back, Rollins' curse stump was banned because of his due to like some speculation of concussions, and then they brought back the curb stump. He ended up stopped doing the pedigree. I'm not a big fan of the pedigree, but he did it on the the floor, and then he hit Drew with the curse stump. Drew kicked out of 2 curse stumps. The first time, and then the second time it was kind of like a curse stump and a pedigree combo. Rollins is selling like the leg. I remember months back he suffered a bit of a knee injury. That's the reason. I'll get some more of that later on. Drew hit hit Rollins with a glass cow. What's it called? The glass cow kiss. That's basically like I think it was the headbutt. He hit Rollins with multiple like claymores. Like I think it was 4 claymores to put him down. When he hit the 4th one, that was good. Seeing Drew winning the World Heavyweight Championship was good because this is Drew's first championship win for almost like 3 years, because he lost the WWE Championship to The Miz after he got attacked by Bobby Lashley. I think it was a Elimination Chamber 2021. Lashley attacked him, and then Miz, cashed in the briefcase to beat Drew to win the World Heavyweight Championship. All this time, you had Drew going after the championship, the WWE Championship. You thought he's going to win the title at Clash of the Castle in 2022, but unfortunately, you got the debut of Solo Sikoa. They kept Drew on chase mode for the championship, But seeing Drew having his moment, it was good. I don't really call it a great opener. It was a good opener. I like the opener from the previous night, Becky versus Rhea. That was a bit better, but for me it was a bit, it kind of put me off a little bit, spanning finishes, but it's just what it is. I don't want to get into it, but it's just 4 Claymore kicks that Drew put down Rollins for the win. Rollins was so emotional, and there's speculations that I think this is his final match for the time being. I think he's going to take some time off. He had a back injury, a knee injury, like I said. There's speculations and rumors that his contract is about to go up. His speculation might go to AEW. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to fit in AEW, man. I see Seth more like a WWE guy than other wrestling companies guy. How he's going to fit in AEW. He was doing research. He was a former ROH World Champion. But I don't think he'll fit in AEW, man. I think he should stay in the company for the time being. Seeing that it's emotional, I think he's a bit worn out. Maybe he's just worn out, but I think that whole thing was a bit BS. But it's good moment to see. It's emotional to see Seth in tears. It's really bad for both Seth and Becky. They just lost. Not Seth and Becky. I thought Becky won the championship, but no, Becky lost the women's world title match against Rhea Ripley the previous night. And now Seth just lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Drew McIntyre, Anyway, so Drew kind of celebrated with, I think it's his family member, I think it's his wife, and probably a family member or friend to the family of Drew. He's like during this match, he kind of gave, gave this guy who was wearing a Scottish football jersey, a selfie, and then after the match, he let his wife and his probably the friend, holding the world title belt. And also, during this match, you had Drew getting in the face of Punk, because CM Punk's on commentary. And then, you kind of got in the face of CM Punk. You kind of, give Punk the DX chops. And then, Punk kind of tripped him up onto the announce table. He kind of removed his, he removed his elbow sling. Was it a brace? Yeah, elbow brace it's called. He removed his elbow brace. It's kind of confirmed that Punk is now, looks like he's ready, clear. I think he's medical clear now. He's kind of hit Drew with the brace, and that was it. And out comes Damian Priest, cashing his Money in the Bank briefcase. He called it Senior Money in the Bank briefcase. He's Hispanic. But anyways. I like the costume of the briefcase for Damian Priest. Purple. It's purple match of it's part of the Judgment Day. You don't do that. You don't see that. I think the last time a wrestler customized a Money in the Bank briefcase in my memory is Damian Sandow. Anyway, so Priest hits Drew with the briefcase, put him back in the ring, give the referee the briefcase, cash in the briefcase, hit Drew with a chokeslam to win this match, and won the World Heavyweight Championship for the first time. It's good to see Damian won his first world title. He was United States champion before that. Before the stuff with the Judgment Day. But winning his first world title was good. I check his age. He's 41 years of age. The guy. I don't research. He wrestled in ROH. It's good. He's wrestling ROH now to the mainstream wrestling of WWE. you know, ROH, not just about ROH, it's more like an underground promotion compared to of WWE. You know, it's a different ball game. But yeah, seeing Priest winning the world title was good. I think he's the second guy. Yeah, he's the second guy to cash his Money in the Bank briefcase since Seth Rollins did it in in 2015. He cashed it in during his match between Roman and Brock, you know, and moved into the triple threat match. So anyway, I feel like CM Punk, you know, like it kind of like ties in when, like, you know, when Punk cashed the briefcase on Edge after he got tapped by Batista. You know, that was like, you know, 16 years ago, and then 16 years on, you know, he's paying someone the favor. So anyway, so I think at this moment in time, I'm guessing, you know, he cost him Drew and no one contenders match on Raw. I'm guessing like the next Damien's first opponent for the world title is against Jey Uso. You know, that'll be good. You know, I don't see Jey winning the belt. You know, I hope Damien. I could see Damien holding the belt until SummerSlam, but never say never. But yeah, seeing like Damien, you know, celebrating with other members of the Judgment Day. You know, Rhea, Dominic, JD. That's Jordan Devlin. I don't know why they change his name to JD McDonald. I just call him Jordan Devlin and Finn Balor. You know, like it's a mixed bag for the Judgment Day. In those the two nights of WrestleMania 40, you know, like Rhea retained her title against Becky Lynch. Priest and Balor lost the tag team titles to Waller, you know, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. They're now the SmackDown tag team champions, and the Austin Truth. They are now the Raw tag team champions, and now Damien just won the world title, so they still got championship gold. You know, Rhea is now the women's world champion, and Damian Priest is now the men's world champion. So let's see how see how it plays out. Yeah, I'm on board of this whole CM Punk Drew thing. I think they'll probably fight at Backlash in France. Was it 4th of May? We got about a few weeks. I think we got 3 weeks. I think we got 3 weeks time. But yeah, we've got a few weeks time until Backlash. But yeah, I'm pumped. I want to see that. You know, I think they're never fought in WWE. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, they never interact. You know, it's just, you know, it's funny that, you know, they never interact in their first run in the companies, and then now they're going to compete, you know, face each other in the second during their second run to the company. It's, you know, it'd be good, you know, see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm bored of it. You know, I'm bored of it. You know, I feel like Drew running off, you know, attack his injured arm. That's the reason, you know. But I can see him, you know, I can see Punk it'll be his first match back, his first singles match back since 2014. You know, because he walked out, you know, 10 years prior. You know, you can tell like WWE is his true home. You know, ROH gotten a good start. It gives him his start in wrestling. I think WWE made him a household name. Yeah, AEW was it didn't work out for him. I think it came very too late. Like, yeah, it came very too late, you know, because I think it's like due to like the main top stars or the top spots in AEW has been taken. You know, if Punk just came when AEW began to start, maybe things might work out for him. But anyway, he's back now. You'll see how Punk's going to do well. I think he'll probably do well. You know, I think time is running out for him. He's in his mid-40s, but he'll probably end his career in WWE. You know, I can see him as a commentator because he's a good commentator, Punk. So anyway, let's move on to the next match. By the way, it was a decent, good opener between Seth versus Drew, and then Damien catching the briefcase. Anyway, so the next match, this is a Philly street fight. You got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. You know, they're with B-Fab. They're known as the Pride. Taking on Karrion Kross and the APA. I don't know what they call the Final Testament. I don't know. these fucking names. You got like Scarlett Bordeaux. They just call her Scarlett now instead of Scarlett Bordeaux. And Paul Ellering. Very weird that Scarlett's dyeing her hair dark. You know, she's a natural blonde, but it's just what it is. I don't want to get into it, so... Bubba Ray Dudley's now the special guest referee. It was a fun match. I think it was a fun match for what it is. Beef-addish. Like, yeah, the women interrupted the, during this match, you know, like, I think, Scarlett broke up the pinfall, hitting, I think it was Lashley or one of the Street Profits with the candlestick. No, it's a B-Fab hit one of the, I think it was one of the members of the API, I can't remember. One of them hits each other with the candlestick, I think it was B-Fab, and then Scarlett kind of throw B-Fab into the middle turnbuckle. It was a crappy looking Irish whip that, you know, I'm not a big fan of Scarlett, you know, in Impact. You know, she's an alright valet, but as an in-ring competitor, is she good? B-Fab hit like a crappy looking Russian leg sweep onto Scott Bordeaux, onto the table. Like, that was so crappy, you know. B-Fab is terrible, you know. I don't know why she's there, you know. They got rid of Hit Row. I think that group is shit, man. You know, it didn't mean anything, it didn't stand anything. It's just like, I don't know, you know, like, yeah, they got rid of Top Dollar. I see a Scott, you know, he's doing well in AEW. He's facing Joe for the AEW World Championship, but, yeah, I don't understand the group of it. Anyway, so, I think one by the match, you know, you had, I think it was Ford or Dawkins hit like a move off the top rope to eliminate the APA. I think this is APA's first WrestleMania match. I'm not too sure. You know, this is their second run in the company. I think they fucked up their first run in the company. Yeah, they were Raw Tag Team Champions, but you had Drake Maverick, you know, aka Rockstar Spud, but it's still. It never caught fire, but anyway, so one more in the match, you know, Cross hit Lashley with a, I think it was a cross net, I think it was a swinging net breaker or some kind of DDT onto the table, chair, my apologies. He kind of hit Lashley with I think it was a net breaker onto the chair. Lashley kicked out, and then, yeah, Cross got in the face of Bubba Ray. And then Bubba was funny in this match, you know, he put on the glasses, you know, because this show's in Philadelphia, this is ECW country. And then, you know, the Pride, you know. It's just like, yeah, you can't really call it the Hurt Business. It's all gone now. You know, but anyway, so you got like, you know, you had Ford and Dawkins did the what's up onto Karrion Kross, you know. You had the old get the table, you know. You know, it's a reference to the Dudleys, you know. Yeah, you can tell at this moment in time, Devon's done with wrestling, you know. Bubba Ray or Bully Ray or Mark. What's his real name? What's his surname? You know, he confirmed that physical wise they cannot be in the ring together. You know, but anyway, so you had Ford and Dawkins hit the what's up onto Karrion Kross. I think there was a botched table. You know, the table kind of broke in Impact, but anyway. Ford hit from the heavens onto Cross to pin and win. So I'm disappointed. I think that I feel sorry for Karrion Kross. I think if I was Cross right now, I'd fucking leave. You know, he only came back because the whole EC Freeze promotion, control your narrative was failed. But he didn't really. I don't think he fit in this company. He's better off. He's better off someplace else, but it's good for the pro. It was a fun match, didn't outstay his welcome, but it was fun. Anyway, move on to the next match. We've got AJ Styles taking on LA Knight. This was a really good match. The build up to this, you had LA Knight attack AJ in his house, got arrested, AJ's in good shape. Ever since he came back, I think he came back from an ankle injury, he's in physical shape. He turned heel. I'm not familiar of AJ turning heel. It's just he's more natural as a babyface. But anyway, so this match was good. The bulk of the match, you had AJ working on the legs onto LA Knight. You kind of locked him in the cast crusher. he did the leg work, you know. I think the one more of the match, you know, there was a spot that someone, LA. It's a shame they never called him Eli Drake, but anyway, LA Knight was trying to hit AJ with a move onto the exposed concrete. You know, the exposed floor. I think AJ did like a back body drop. I'm not too sure. You can tell like LA is over. You know, he hit you know, the fans chant yeah, you know, hit the yes, not the yes, but the yeah. You know, him like I think he did like the stumps into the corners. You know, he did like a good looking German suplex onto AJ. You know, I think he countered AJ's phenomenal forearm attempt with the knees up, and I think he countered the phenomenal the Styles Clash. You know, he countered AJ's repertoire. I'm trying to keep it short and simple, folks. You know, I'm not a guy explain it move by move, but anyway, so in the end, and also while before he hit the German suplex, he kind of banged AJ's head onto the ring post, the LED ring post. You know, they got that. Yes, yeah, you can tell how LA Knight is over. Anyway, so in the end, LA Knight hit the what's it called, the BFT? Yeah, that stands for the blood fusion trauma. Blood fusion trauma. It's called, you know, so the BFT. Yeah, hit the BFT for the win. You could tell like they're still building LA Knight. You know, the guy is 40 years of age. You know, but you can prove that age is just a number. You know, I think it's like one's in, one's out. You can tell AJ is on his way out. It's funny, like AJ's on his middle. He's in good shape. But I think you could tell. I think his time in day is at an end. You know, the guy's what, nearly 50s, pushing 50s, what 40. He's going to be 47 in June. You know, he's done everything in WWE. You know, he's been world champion, he's been mid-card champion, you know, intercontinental champion. He's like Seth. You know, he's won every single championship. You know, like, you know, well, Seth won all the gold. You know, he's a Grand Slam champion, Seth. But then AJ's won the WWE champion. The championship, sorry, my apologies. The WWE Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship. He was Tag Team Champion with Omos. That's absolute shit. Yeah, he was Raw Tag Team Champion with Omos. But he's done everything he could in this company. You know, I think this could be AJ's last match. You know, AJ has some good opponents ever since, you know, he debuted in the company. You know, with Jericho, with Shane McMahon, with Nakamura, with Randy Orton, with The Undertaker, with Edge, and now with LA Knight. You know, some of the matches did not live at the hype, but I think, you know, it's high. Yeah, like, it's just what it is, man. AJ's like, it doesn't really appeal to the not the smart marks, but he's more of like an indie darling than appealing to the casuals, you know. But yeah, you know, I can see AJ staying for long, but I think his time is done. You know, for LA Knight, I can see him winning a world title, probably not this year, but next year. You know, he's still only 42. You know, he's a good talker. You know, good in the ring. You know, he's like, the guy is a potential star. And people don't realize LA Knight or Eli Drake, the guy's a former Impact World Champion. Anyway, let's move on to the next match. I'm kind of rambling, by the way. You know, I'm trying to get my points across. Anyway, for the triple threat match for the United States Championship, Logan Paul defended the United States Championship against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Fun match. Not a big fan of LA Knight. Keep saying LA Knight, man. Logan Paul, sorry. You know, I'm not a big fan of Logan Paul, man. It's just, the guy just does like moves off the top rope, and that's it. Like, he's kind of there to troll the fans. You know, some fans are obsessed with wrestlers, you know, doing flips and dives, the cruiserweight stuff. He's kind of there to troll the fuck out of the fans. But you know, the internet smart marks. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah, he did like I think it was a crossbody, I think it was a swanton bomb, and a frog splash combo. I'm trying to keep it short and simple. You had the You got iShow Speed dressing up like a bottle of Prime because Logan Paul is the poster boy of Prime drinks. He got beaten up by Randy Orton, hit the RKO onto iShow Speed onto the announce table. You know, I think he overdid with the brass knuckles. You know, he hit Owens with the brass knuckles. But anyway, or it was like the first portion of the match. It was more like a going in. It's sometimes typical triple threat match. You know, you had sometimes two baby faces or two heels getting up on the heel of the babyface, vice versa. You know, you had Owens and Orton getting up on Logan Paul, and then also they kind of argue. They started, fighting one-on-one. You know, they kind of got into the RKO and the pop-up power bomb. Did he hit the stunner? I think he counted the stunner attempt. Anyway, Orton hit the RKO onto Owens. Sorry, my apologies. He hit the RKO onto Owens. Logan Paul throw Orton out of the ring. I think he hit the frog splash onto Kevin Owens for the win, and retain the United States Championship. And I'm not a big fan. I don't see. I'm so fixated with Logan Paul. You know, there's rumors like SummerSlam this year. I'm glad we're doing a SummerSlam. There's two pay-per-views in August. You know, we've got SummerSlam and Bash in Berlin. You know, I could see, and I think SummerSlam this year is in Cleveland. That's Logan Paul's hometown. But man, I think the best thing they should have Logan Paul dropping the belt. You know, I don't want to see Logan Paul holding the belt much longer because he's a part-timer. He barely shows up. You know, some dipshits out there that saying Logan Paul's the greatest of all time. Based off what? He's shit. Guys, he just does like moves off the top rope. That's it. He's not that great. The guy's a fucking him and his brother are just fake athletes, man. What I think it's Jake Paul for Floyd Mayweather, and and that fight sucked. You know, he's just not. They're just fake athletes, man. I don't know what's going on. I think there should. I don't know. Like, who's gonna win the United States title? I think I don't think Orton needs the United States Championship. You know, I don't think he need it. You know, I think that the person needed it most is Kevin Owens. But I'm guessing like Owens is now still on chase mode. I haven't seen Owens winning a singles title for almost 6 years. You know, the last title he won was the United States title. You know, back in 2017. You know, like he went a whole 6 years without winning a singles title. Yeah, he was tag team champions with Sammy last year, but it's a long drought for him. Besides that, it was a fun triple threat match, but nothing fancy and memorable. Anyway, so the next match, this is for the women's championship. Yeah, the women's championship. You know, the women's world title. That's the Rhea Ripley's title. So we got the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky represent the Damage Control, taking on Bayley, who won the 2024 Royal Rumble match in January. The match was good. I don't talk about entrance. Going into a wrestling match on a wrestling pay-per-view. When I'm reviewing a wrestling pay-per-view, it's funny. In the opener, Drew came out with bagpipes and people wearing kilts and holding swords. That was good. And Rollins came out. He's the master of parades. I forgot to mention that when I talk about the opener. Bayley came out with an Egyptian theme. Off screen I keep calling her the modern day Cleopatra because Bayley reminds me of an Egyptian god. Ever since she did the heel turn, the current look of Bayley, with the her cut hair, from the side. Bayley looks like an Egyptian god. She's Hispanic. The skin color and the dark hair. She could be a good She looks like some kind of Egyptian goddess. She could be a Monday Cleopatra. Anyway, the match was good. This is my opinion. I prefer the Becky Rhea match a lot better, but it was a fun match to watch. I think it was probably second best match, the third best match of the night. or the fourth best match of the night. You know, I'll get to my overall thoughts of the show in the end, but anyway, yeah, Io working on the leg of Bayley. You know, the repair surge, the repair knee. Yeah, you know, Bayley had that knee injury a couple of years back. You know, and I think who brought like the two guys, the two women who visit Bayley was you know, Io and Dakota. It's funny, like they didn't interfere. You know, I thought like members of Damage Control were going to interfere to help Io win. You know, I think Io did like she did like multiple like moonsaults. You know, it puts me, you know, kind of put me off a little bit. You know, I'm not saying it was great. It was good. You know, I prefer like I said, the Bayley Rhea match was a bit better from night one. But anyway, I think like he countered Bayley's moves. You know, I think like Bayley I don't think she hit the Bayley to Bayley suplex. Well, I think she did, but Io countered it. You know, she countered what's Bayley's new finisher? The Rose Plat. It's called. Was it the Rose Flat? The Rose Plat. I don't know what it's called. You know, she countered that. You know, I think Bayley said in an interview that she grew up watching Macho Man Randy Savage. She did. I think she countered like out of the way of the diving elbow drop from Bayley off the top rope. I think Io did manage to hit the move. One more of the match, you know, Io did like a move off the ring barrier. I think it's near the timekeeper area, and Bayley counted into some kind of knee drop or something. I can't remember. You know, it's been days since I watched Night 2 of WrestleMania. I seen it on Monday. Anyway, so in the end, Bayley managed to hit the roses of what's it called? Rose Plat. I can't remember what it's called. To win this match and win the WWE Women's Championship. For the first time, you know, even though that was it formerly known as the SmackDown Women's Championship. She won it for the fourth time in her career. You know, I'm talking about in her run in the main roster. You know, she was Raw Women's Champion. She was SmackDown Women's Champion twice, and now she had the WWE Women's Championship in her resume, or you know CV, if you're not familiar of. For my English audience, you know, resumes. If you don't know what a CV is British for resume. But yeah, seeing Bayley winning the championship. She haven't won the title for 3 years. You know, she was SmackDown Women's Champion, and she lost it to somebody. Who she lost? Is it Sasha Banks? Is it Bianca Belair? Can't remember who she dropped the belt to. You know, but I think it's funny, like she beat her clean, you know, beat Io Sky clean. I thought like members of Damage Control will interfere, like Asuka and Kairi and Dakota, but unfortunately, yeah, I think the storyline between Bayley and the Damage Control will still continue. I don't think it's a blow off. We're gonna get this blow off down the road, but what's next for Io? We don't know. You know, like I don't see Bayley will have a 1 year reign. I think she'll probably hold the belt until SummerSlam. We don't. We'll see. Anyway, let's move on to the main event. The main event, we got Roman Reigns, the reigning and defending WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, with Paul Heyman in his corner, defending the belt against Cody Rhodes. This is Roman Cody 2 or 3, because they fought in the tag team match the previous night. This match under Bloodline rules because they lost the tag team match the previous night, Seth and Cody. This match is match of the night. You know, it's a bit weaker. I prefer the tag team match from night 1 than this match in night 2, but I really enjoy it. It's really engaging. You can tell like the Bloodline is kind of like stacking the odds onto Cody. Cody came out with the entrance. The entrance is like a scene from Terminator, with the it was like a tattered flag with Cody's logo on it, and Cody's wearing like this skull crown. You know, it really inspired Triple H doing it. It's funny, like, you know, at the first AEW pay-per-view 5 years ago, or nearly 5 years ago. It'd be 5 years ago next month. You know, with Cody smashing up Triple H's throne, and then 5 years later he's now like wearing the skull crown. It was good. Yeah, it's good to see Brandy escorting Cody by the ring to the ring. Like her first run in the company, she was Aiden Styles. And now I think it's the first time they're referring to her as Brandy, her real name. Good to see Brandy back. Anyway, so yeah, I really like this match. I think like I think they carry each other's finishes. I'm not 100% sure. It's like I said, it's been a few days since I watched Mania 40 Night 2. Like you had Roman like hit Cody with him with his own crossroads. He kind of trash talk his finisher. Roman says this finisher sucks. Go back to Hollywood like the rest of you bitches. Like Roman's trash talks kind of like was funny. I think he kicked out like multiple spears. This was so overbooked, man. But the bloodline interfered. You had Jimmy Uso interfere. Every time Cody was going for like the triple crossroads, attempt. Jimmy Uso hit Cody with the super kick. I think he kicked out, and then he had Jay came out, kind of spear Jimmy Uso off the stage onto the table. So I'm guessing, I think there's still a continuation between the Usos. Anyway, he had Solo came out, hit Cody with the Samoan Spike, and then we got John Cena. John Cena came out, hit Solo with the AA, put him through the announce table. Because it makes sense, because Cena's last opponent was Solo Sikoa, he put over Solo. Anyway, and then you got The Rock came out. You had Rock and Cena did the face off. I think like recently before this, they kind of hug. I think it was a couple months back. They kind of hug each other. Yeah, they're not feuding. It's funny, like both guys in Hollywood. The Rock hit Cena with the rock bottom. Rock kind of they kind of bleeped out his swearing. Like in the previous night. They didn't censor when The Rock said "fuck." You don't fuck with me towards the referee during Rock's tag team match with Roman against Cody and Seth. Anyway, so yeah. So anyway, so he shouted like, "Get the fuck out of my ring." He was swearing like crazy. Then you got the Undertaker came out. Before that you had Seth Rollins came out with the Shield music. It's a shame it's just Seth, because no Dean Ambrose, because he's done with WWE, man. John Moxley. So I think you had Rollins came out wearing the Shield attire, and then Roman hit Seth with the chair. It's a callback when Seth hit Roman in the back with the chair to break up. This was during the first breakup of the Shield 10 years ago, and 10 years prior, Roman repaying the favor. Then you got the Undertaker came out. It's funny, like Austin never came out because The Rock is Austin's main opponent or rival in the Attitude Era. It'd be a good callback, of the Rock Austin WrestleMania trilogy between 15 to 19 in the late 90s going into the early 2000s. But I don't think Austin attended the show. It's funny, weird. Like Hogan's not attending the show. Brett's not attending the show. Don't think Shawn attended the show because this is the 40th WrestleMania. Like those names I mentioned are play a massive part of the success of WrestleMania, and they're not, But anyway, so Undertaker came out. The Don came. He just came out as the American Badass. Not wearing his attire. So anyway, so he hit the Rock with the choke slam. Yeah, Rock and Taker. Never feud. I don't think they had a proper feud. Yeah, they fought in the Deadly Games tournament, but they never truly fucking feud. It's weird. I think like rumors back in the day, the plan to have The Rock breaking the streak. Rock totally not really sold the whole idea of breaking the streak. So yeah, it's just what it is. You know, they never interact. So anyway, so in the end, I think he kicked out the multiple spear attempts for Cody. Anyway, so in the end, Cody hit the trio crossroads he managed to hit that move, and yeah, he won. He pins Roman, and he won the championship. Cody managed to finish his story. I think Solo come out there. I think rumors like he fucked up the last year's main event between Roman and Cody. But anyway, but yeah, Cody hit like the trio crossroads attempt and pin Roman for the win was good. He ended the 4-year reign or 4.5 reign of Roman Reigns as the undisputed WWE champion. So I'm guessing they're just going to call it the WWE Championship. I think why? Because you got 2 championships at this moment in time. I think the Universal title was gone. I think it's officially gone now because they should have got rid of it, like ditched the name. When they announced the world title, they brought back the world title last year. But anyway, so it's funny, like to pass across between Roman and Cody. It's funny, like 4 years prior in going back to 2020, Roman came back at SummerSlam of 2020. Spearing, I think, Bray Wyatt and then attacking Braun Strowman. And then a week later at Payback, he won the Universal Championship, kicking off the historic reign of Roman Reigns. And then on that side, in that other side, in the AEW world, Cody was feuding with Brody Lee. And it's so crazy, like, Roman, beat Bray for the Universal title. Down on the AEW side, Cody trade back and forth of the TNT title against Brody Lee. It's sad, like not now, like Brody and Bray are no longer with us. It's so crazy. Both of them fought like 2 members of the Wyatt family in two parallel worlds. So yeah, so I was good to see Cody winning the title. You had other wrestlers came out to celebrate with him. Punk joined the celebrations. I think you had Rhodes, Cody. Sorry, my mind's not 100%. So anyway, so Cody kind of hugged Michael Cole, and Cole says, "I like professional wrestling." That was the best call for Michael Cole, even though Cole's not really the best commentator. He's an okay commentator. You could because I think that's one time Jim Ross is retired, man. But anyway, so I think you got he was emotional. I think Samantha Urban, the ring announcer, got emotional. She kind of announced her name, the Raw after Mania. That was good. I think she was an alright commentator. Ring announcer. Sorry. She's in a relationship with Ricochet. But anyway, so Cody kind of like called out Triple H and Bruce Pritchard. I think. Yeah, because Bruce Pritchard is a friend of Dusty Rhodes. He did a character, doing a Dusty Rhodes voice impression. Anyway, so yeah, the only person not attending to celebrate with Cody is Dustin. I understand Dustin's now with AEW, still with AEW. I wish he just, for once, attend WrestleMania 40 and celebrate with Cody Rhodes. So, his brother, celebrate his brother winning the world title. It's a shame. It's he did what his father failed to do. I'm not saying in a bad way because they really did poorly book Dusty. Doing wearing the poke. I think they made Dusty Rhodes' character into a comedy character with the polka dot singlet. Not like because he's not really a WWF creation. He's came from JCP, the NWA. It's funny, like in that time period of the 80s and the early 90s. It's funny, like a couple of years later they pushed Ric Flair. They never change up his character, but with Dusty Rhodes they have to change up his character. So anyway, I don't think it's the end of the bloodline. I think the bloodline will still be together. I don't think Roman's. The rumors like this is going to be Roman's last match. The rumors like he's going to end up pursuing a career in Hollywood. I don't know, man. I don't think he fit in Hollywood because not every wrestlers turn out to be Hollywood material. But I can see Roman. Yeah, I can see Roman staying with the company much longer. You know, they're both the same. He's the same age as Cody. You know, they're both in their late 30s. You know, they've got a few years ahead of him. You know, 38, 39 in wrestling. They're still young in wrestling compared to other sports. You know, 39 means you're over the hill, you're washed up, you're too old. But yeah, I can see it continuing this rivalry. Like going into SummerSlam. I can see Cody holding the belt till SummerSlam. I don't see him holding the belt for whole year. You know, they're never going to doing a story. They're not going to do this whole thing about they're not going to break Roman's reign, Roman's title reign. You know, it got me thinking that, you know, if Roman beat Cody for the second time in a row, and there's rumors like if Roman holds the belt until September, he'll break Hogan's record. You know, he'll never break the Bruno Sammartino's record. You know, that will never going to happen. But I think the title reign has to be. It got to end like soon, because the kind of teaser like Roman's title reign's going to end. Is going to end. You know, it's going to end. You thought it's going to end at Money in the Bank in 2021. You thought he's going to drop the belt to Edge, but he didn't. I thought he was going to drop the belt to Cena. You know, he didn't. You know, I thought he's going to drop the belt at SummerSlam 2022 to Brock Lesnar, and he didn't. You know, I thought he was going to drop the title to Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle, and he didn't. I thought he was going to drop the belt to Cody at WrestleMania 39 last year, and he didn't. You know, and I think the reason why have Cody winning this match at WrestleMania 40 instead of winning it in the previous match at 39, maybe it's just like he just came back from a pec injury. Maybe he's not quite there yet, but I think they kind of pull the trigger and see what they can do. So yeah, what's next for Cody? He finished the story. I'm going to say, to close out this review before we move on to the overall thoughts of it, you know, my overall score for WrestleMania 40 Night 2. Yeah, Cody's finished the story, one book closes. So, my overall rating of WrestleMania 40 Night 2 is a 10.5 out of 10. Weaker than Night 1, but it's still a good show for Night 2 for WrestleMania 40. From top to bottom, it was good. I like Seth vs. Drew, the Philly Street Fight, the Triple Threat match, AJ vs. LA Knight, Bayley vs. Io Sky, and Roman vs. Cody 2. Yeah, doing a WrestleMania rematch back to back could be a hit or miss, but it is a hit. Cody had 2 match of the year of 2023. Bloodline versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, and Roman versus Cody 2. You know, wow. But you know, people say WrestleMania 40 is the greatest of all time. Bit debatable. Nothing in the bad, but nothing in the okay. It's really a strong WrestleMania, and I think this is the best WrestleMania of the modern era. Facts. So, what is your thoughts on WrestleMania 40 Night 2? What is your thoughts on WrestleMania 40 Night 1? Do you like the show? Do you hate the show? Do you not bother about the show? Leave your thoughts on the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the like, click the bell, subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube, be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later, folks.